Hello, good evening, and welcome to Monday Night Paranormal Live with myself and Jenny, Paul from Host for Ghosts, Angela from South Coast Ghost, Julia from Paranation Ghost Hunting Events, and our very special guest stars tonight are Spirit Brothers. So, welcome, boys, to Monday Night Paranormal Live. It's great to have you on here. So, if you have any questions for the boys, then please send them in, and Angela will put them on the screen, and they'll endeavour to answer them. Or if you want to ask them a question, then please do. So, what we'll do then is we didn't have an investigation at the weekend, but the boys have been out and about, very busy. So send us your questions and we can put them to them, or they can read them on the screen. So what we'll do, we'll go to the boys now and we'll ask them some questions and just get it started. So welcome to Monday Night Paranormal Live, boys. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure.
Hi, Ghost Dragon Investigations. Thank you for coming in. Right. Tell us a bit about your team and who you are.
So we're Spirit Brothers UK. Best mates from Hampshire, and we started our channel 2.5, 3 years ago.
It's got to be 3 years.
Yeah, pushing 3 years.
Pushing 3 years, yeah.
Pushing 3 years ago. So just we both kind of grew up. We didn't know each other obviously for many years, but we both grew up with a background of paranormal. So we both had experiences individually growing up, and we just kind of got talking about it one day over a cup of tea or dinner around his house or whatever we were doing, and I just decided, let's go on an investigation. So we went on I think our first ever one was Chepton Mallet Prison.
Yes.
Which we went with another team, and then we just decided, why don't we set up our own YouTube channel and film what we capture.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. Yeah, we've done so much over the last 3 years. It's been a wild ride.
Love every single minute of it.
And do you have a link on? And what's your link on YouTube? People can go and have a look.
So it's literally our name that's on there. So it's just Spirit Brothers UK. So yeah, there's nothing in before or after it. There's no numbers or anything. So it is just Spirit Brothers UK on YouTube, and there's a little our logo will be on there, Spirit Brothers UK Paranormal, and yeah, we're kind of doing all right on there. It's it's tough. It's a tough gig, isn't it, YouTube?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're not really bothered about numbers, etc. We just like posting stuff what we may find, or
it's just like it's your own blog, isn't it? And
yeah, that's all it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, like you watch all this paranormal stuff on TV and stuff, and you're getting all the knocks in the bangs and this, that, and everything's always 150 mile an hour. And as you guys know, we've done investigations with you, it's not like that in real life.
No.
So whether we capture something or we don't capture it, we still post what we capture, because that's that is what we've captured.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we never thought in a million years, that we would reach the targets at what we've reached already. And yeah, it just seems to be getting. I think our name's slowly getting out there now a little bit.
That's good.
And it's just a good crack, and yeah, we just love doing it. So.
The community is great. Everyone's always supporting each other, which is fantastic, which we love. We've always got similar people following us in, messaging on our channel. When we go live, there's similar sort of people. It's a really great community. So yeah, we really feel really fortunate to be in this community. So yeah, we absolutely love it. So yeah.
Ghost Dragon Investigations, but a great way to post what you get and help debunk or prove it's legit. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely. 100%. Like, we've had so much stuff before where we always do try and debunk it, and try and mimic what we've just seen or heard or whatever. And when you can't, that's when you're left with these. It kind of gives you more questions than it does answers.
Yeah.
But we're always trying to look for, like, I don't know, like, was the window open, or all these old buildings that we are fortunate to be able to get inside, like the wood will contract and decompress under different temperatures and stuff like that. So we're always trying to debunk it, but when you capture like a full apparition on the camera, or some of the equipment's going off that shouldn't be going off, it's very hard to, kind of debunk stuff. And
especially with like shadows and things, we would always try and recreate what we've just seen, and we do that on video as well, so people can see that we are trying to debunk it or try and think there was a reason for that. So sometimes we can, sometimes we can't.
Yeah.
But it's when you can't, that's when you've got to think, okay, that has to be something else, isn't it?
It's always nice to look for sort of like environmental sort of like, factors, whether it's, like, as you say, the wind, or whether it's, something going past outside or something like that. But, sometimes you're in the middle of nowhere and there's just no explanation for why it happened.
Yeah, especially with, like, we find with shadows, when we've catch shadows, we're always trying to think, was the trees blowing? Was it that? Was it the light, the way it moved and cast a dark shadow? And we would then try and recreate that. And then, obviously, 9 times out of 10, lucky for us, we've not been able to debunk it. So,
it's like when you stand there and you see something, you stand stationary on the spot, don't you? See whether it's something that you did. Did I lean forward? Did I lean back? Did I wobble to the side? What's that just exactly happened? I tend to stand in the same spot and try and recreate what's going on. If you can't, then you think, okay, so I've got to look a bit further into it. So what would be, if you're on the top of your list for investigations, what would be your number one? Going from 1, start from 5 to 1 then. What would be your 5th best investigation, do you think?
That we've done?
That we've done or that we want to do?
Yes, that you've done.
That we've done. Okay, so it's probably slightly different between us because we always get different vibes and feelings at different locations.
Yeah.
But I mean, my top 5 would probably be Farley Wallop Church would be on that list, and that's a free location as well. And
I've done that one. I know exactly where you are there.
It's a fantastic location.
Every time we've been there, it's kicked.
As long as you mind the cows.
Mind
the cows. Sometimes I sort of give them a bit of a stroke on their nose, but as long as I'm on the other side of the fence.
I mean, we've got over 500 videos on our channel now, and that is the only place that we have ever captured a full apparition on camera.
Oh wow!
So for me, that's definitely up there. I think the house cells, 1600 cells in Shepton Mallet Prison, has got to be on my top 5 list.
The cell is so tiny, you're squished in there, but it is just rife with activity, isn't it?
Yeah, stone,
it's crazy.
And then for me, I know Carl don't agree with this one, but for me, it was the hospital tunnels up in London. For me, that we didn't really capture anything, but just to be in that space was just such an overwhelming feeling, and we literally had to climb through the dirt in a gap this big to drop down 3 or 4 meters to get into these tunnels, and then there's just 2 miles of tunnels down there.
That sounds amazing, that one.
Yeah, I mean, we can go there. I'll be quite happy to go.
That was the most scariest place I've ever been in my life, wasn't it?
Scary as in, like, ghostly scary, or scary just because it was a place you'd never been to before?
I mean, we go to tons of locations that we've never been to before, but this, because we had to walk into the middle of the woods, find this hole in the ground, climb through the hole, and then you drop down and you're in these like tunnels that go left, right, straight. And like for me, I didn't know what we was going to, who was going to be in there, what was going to be in there.
Are they old hospital tunnels then? Like,
yeah, they're the old hospital tunnels.
Yeah, the hospital's not there anymore.
Yeah, the hospital's gone. It's all brand new houses and flats and stuff up on top. But the tunnels are still under there. What they used to do is they used to wheel through the bodies from the hospital. That's where they used to take them through the tunnels, out of sight, out of mind, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then, but before it was used as a hospital tunnels, it was used as a World War II communication tunnel. But
Oh,
it is just very, very. There's still like items down there,
Yeah, very old equipment.
like
isn't
loads
there?
of old equipment, radios, stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like it's a time capsule.
Mm.
I want to go. I want to go now. I want to go.
Honestly,
because
it's the most scary place I've ever been.
I
ever.
find it very hard to find anywhere that really gives me the EBGBs, but that sounds like, and especially if you've never been there before and you're sort of like walking
Yeah.
around not knowing what's around the next corner.
Yeah,
Exactly, and I was just on edge. I just didn't like it.
yeah. Like
Did not like it.
I'd seen a couple of people do it on YouTube, and I thought, oh, you know, we'll go and find it. So, yeah, we luckily we found it. But when we got inside and we got round the first corner, and shined the torch down to the end, and bearing in mind, Cole's got like this big cat eye torch thing, and the beam was barely reaching the back of the tunnel. It was that vast.
So when we did get down to the end, eventually, we thought, "Oh, this is it," and then we panned round, and then there's this big circle of bricks that have been taken out of the wall, and there's still more tunnels to go through.
Yeah,
We didn't even go through there because we was like, "No,
yeah.
But activity-wise, we didn't get next one. Maybe that was because the way we were feeling. We were more scared about who might be in there, you know, kids.
It's the sort of place as well. If something did happen, it's not like you can just run back to your car. You know, you're kind of stuck in there. You're gonna have to take your rucksack off, climb through a hole no bigger than a post box, and sort of shimmy your way out, then find your way through the woods back to the car. It's an incredible location.
Yeah.
Did you get much? Did you get much sort of like activity
No,
there?
we had, you know, a sensible go off and
a couple of little bits. Like we had a shuffle. Like I did hear a shuffle, but then there's a lot of bats down there, so it could have been.
Yeah, it's very hard to.
Or mice. You know, if you've got like mice running around, especially if it's a tunnel, echoey and
it's very wet in there as well, isn't it?
Very damp. Yeah. Very damp.
And we had to wear masks because it's very, very dusty and
very humid. Horrible.
Yeah, if I can get away with not going there again, I will. But
it sounds like I've never heard of it before. But it sounds like an amazing place.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It's on our YouTube channel, the old hospital tunnels. So you can watch it and see this hole that we had to climb through. Yeah, like it's minuscule. It really is minuscule. This hole. Yeah, it's like smaller than like the window that you put down on the side of your car. Like this hole was tiny.
I'm
Did that
only
not
tiny.
panic you, worried about getting out? Sorry.
Sorry.
Did that not worry you about panicking getting out? Did something
some
did
people
go
have
wrong?
like some people have fear of being underground, don't they?
Yeah, like it was, but at in the time, I was just like, you know, we've driven all this way. I want to get in there, sort of thing. But luckily,
like Croydon, wasn't it? It's up near Croydon.
Yeah, it's near Croydon, sort of.
Yeah.
We'll try and get the postcode for it or something, and I'll send it to you. Map it through the woods and that. It's actually surprisingly easy to find, considering you've got to walk through the woods.
Take old trainers. And
yes, definitely.
Old
clothes, trainers. Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, the number one spot on my list would have to be George Jarvis School for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Up in Gloucestershire.
I agree.
1600s, whatever it was, school.
Yeah.
We was fortunate to be able to get in there, and I got several scratch marks on my back.
Yeah.
They didn't heal for like 2 to 3 weeks. They were very, very deep. And the thing is we was fully live on YouTube as well.
Yeah, so it's not like something that we could have edited. So
yeah,
we were fully live, and it is just a tremendous location. Absolutely tremendous.
Yeah.
And the thing is, everybody that knows you guys knows that you wander around. You know, if you go on an investigation, if you go, you know, with a group, you go off on your own, you do your own thing, and you don't, not in a sort of like disrespectful way, but you don't sort of like really sort of like, it's not as if you say, you know, we go off in a group of 4 and somebody could have scratched your back off camera. You know, it is just the 2 of you, and you know, unless Cole's getting over friendly.
Yeah, no, that's right. And so yeah, we was in this room up in what like would have been like the old attic, I guess, or one of the old classrooms, right up in the top right hand side of the building. And yeah, we were just there filming away. We had some equipment on the floor and stuff, and Carl had the camera and he was panning it towards me. And I said to him, I was like, my back, like, it's starting to feel a bit, I could feel it, sort of thing. And then after 5 minutes, I was like, my back's really, really hot. So Carl just said to me, he was like, lift your shirt up and I'll take a look. And then he was just freaking out, F this, F that, blah, blah, and I had several deep like, scratch marks on my back. Absolutely red raw.
Yeah, they look fresh.
Yeah, they're absolutely red raw.
And it was one of those where it was like, right, what do we do? Do we go? Do we stay? Because
I was close to going
out
home.
for safety, because we don't want to mess with whatever this may be. Do we just get ourselves out, or do we just carry on? And we spoke off camera, and we went, no, let's just go and have a break, and then we go back into it.
Yeah, but we went somewhere else, didn't we? We didn't go back in that room.
But we also said, look, if it happens to either one of us again, then we just need to get out of here for our own safety, But
I do want to go back to find out who and why. I'm not saying that I'm going to get them answers the next time we go, but they're the questions that I would be asking, because I wasn't in like a state of shock, but it was the first time that I'd actually ever been physically touched, and to be physically touched on that level, we've had things like I've had things brush up against my leg that I can't explain, or when we've been doing the Estes method, but is that just your mind subconsciously getting a bit freaked out or whatever? But this was 7 clear scratch marks, probably like from the top of my shoulder blades all halfway down my back.
Did you take a photo of it at the time?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I think you've got it on your phone.
I think I've got a few photos on
the
phone.
I think there's a few on the phone. We'll try and show you now on what it was. But
I got scratched across the neck like this,
wow,
right across my neck. I think that was the Explosion Museum. Oh gosh, I'm going back about 15 odd years. But I didn't take a photo of it. It's only when I was driving home and I thought, oh, my neck feels a bit sore. I thought, a bit of a scratch there. But as you say, I got my nails are like acrylic, so they can't scratch anything. But it was like, what did that? It's not as if I sort of
it's kind of scary
myself.
to be honest.
Like the way it was positioned in my back, and they were clean all the way down. Like I can't get my hand to do that, and plus I'm on the camera. I'm fully in shot, and the only other person in the room was Carl, and he was holding the camera.
Yeah.
And I'm literally 3 feet away from you. So,
mine was almost like, if you got a pin and you scratched your skin with a pin, it was that fine and that sort of like raised. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what it was like.
Was that what yours were like?
100%. There's a photo here. We'll show you.
So, I've got a picture now, because obviously I had to take pictures because I couldn't believe what.
Yeah, excuse my hairy back.
But I'm just going to show you now. I don't know if you can see those.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah, that was.
Was there? How many? 1, 2, 3. Is that 5 of them?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Because if you did that, you'd only have like 4, wouldn't you? So where's the 5th one? Because your thumb would be.
Well, this is it.
One of them kind of crosses over onto the other scratch as well.
Yeah, but it still looks like there's like 2 in that one. So I don't know how unless they sort of use their thumb as well and just like scratched you.
Or it's an animal.
My back.
It doesn't look that hairy, honestly. It doesn't look that hairy.
I've seen hair.
Yes, I have.
But it felt like someone had put a hot knife. That's the only way I can describe it. Is it felt like it was on fire.
Because he said to me, "Oh, my back feels a bit hot," and I thought, I didn't take nothing off it. And then he kept mentioning it, and he got to a point, and he was like, "No, something really like feels like it's burning." And I said, "Well, let's just have a look." And then, that's what was there. But it's all on YouTube. It's all on the live. You'll see our reactions, and absolutely insane. Absolutely.
It does make you wonder if it's an animal or something malevolent, doesn't it? To have
Yeah,
5.
like, you know, what if there was like a spirit dog there who like kind of jumped up on my back sort of thing?
Yeah.
You know,
Sort of makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does. But
so only scratched one of you then, not out of the pair of you.
Yeah, I've never been scratched. I've been touched, but I've never been scratched. That's why I think.
And I've never been scratched since, thankfully.
I think that's why we kind of like, you'll see on camera our reaction. We just could not believe what had just happened, because I've never seen that. I've never had that done. And the same as yourself, Judah, when you got scratched, it's like, what the hell? Like, why? You know?
I didn't even notice it. I couldn't even tell you when it scratched me. It was only that I was driving home and I thought, oh, my neck feels a bit sore. And I sort of went, sort of like touched it sort of here, and I was like, oh, it's a bit of a scratch, like a bit of a line. And I sort of traced it across, and it just went straight across my neck. So, and I can't even tell you when it happened. It was only when I was driving home, and there was nothing on me that could have scratched. And I wouldn't I don't self-harm or anything like that. So
I think the worst thing about it is you're dealing with something you can't see.
That's right. That's right.
You can't avoid it. That's why we took a minute. Dodge out of the way.
Yeah, and that's why we took a minute off camera, going, do we stay? Do we go?
Yeah, I think
you carry on.
I think if I remember correctly, we left the camera in the room rolling, and me and you both went outside for a cigarette. Yeah.
I probably would have done the same, sort of taken a bit of a break and, you know, take yourself away from the situation and
just go over and think, is this worth it? You know, what happens if it gets worse? What do we do?
Yeah.
And the thing is, you know what the scary thing is, the person that was running the
investigation,
the whole thing,
the host.
I went up to him and said, look, my friend's just been scratched. What do we do? And he just went, oh, okay, great, and just walked off. And I just thought, well, that's not right, you know.
Yeah, that's with a paranormal team who we won't mention on live, but we will not be going back with them. It's safe to say that. Not because we got scratched, but just because of the way that they ran things. It was very, very like strict, and they don't really have a clue of what they were doing.
So, but if we can get back to that location, it'll be great.
Yeah, I'd like to go there just me and you for the night. But the trouble is these big locations, like as you guys know, you know, like the ones that you can, you know, rent out, they cost an arm and a leg. They really do. Like, they are so. I looked at. I found one the other day. Is it the Hellfire Caves or something, which ain't too far from us?
I've done that. It's about 45 minutes, isn't it? I've done that a few times.
Far. Well, I looked on there, and I think it was £1,200.
Yes.
And I was like, there ain't no way in the world I can afford that.
A couple of years ago, and well, about you're looking at probably about £600 each, aren't you?
Was it worth it? I've never been, but was it?
But you know, I used to go up there with the kids when they were little, and I used to just go up during the day, pay to get in, and go and have a look round, and that will give you a good feel for the place. It's not expensive to get in, and it's called Hellfire because that's hell there. And then if you come out of Hellfire Caves and go up the steep hill, above the Hellfire Caves is a mausoleum where all the Dashwood family are buried, and then there's a church like literally, you know, 600 yards, well, less than that away from the mausoleum. So you can sort of like make a bit of an afternoon of it. You can do Hellfire Caves and you go up and have a look around. You can't get in the mausoleum, but you can walk around the outside of it and like look through, you know, through the gate type thing. The first time I did an investigation there, you know, kids go, oh, we're not going to go hunting. I go, yes, no, we're not going to go hunting. We're just going for a look around this interesting cave. And the first time I went and I did an investigation there, it was absolutely amazing. Graham Bentley, I don't know if you've seen him come on some of the lives. He took a picture. There's a rumour of a lady in a white dress who was sort of like encouraged to go down there with some men in that, and something bad happened to her. And she had like her wedding dress on, and I believe that Graham's got a picture of this woman, Suki, in her wedding dress. It's an amazing photo. And there's nothing else that could have. And I think I've got an old lady holding a baby down there as well in a photo. We got in touch with, we believe, Whitehouse, who was one of Lord Dashwood's close friends. So I believe we got in touch with him. The first time I did it was brilliant. The second time, I think because the first time was so good, it sort of like took the edge off the second time. But I think if you're going to go and you've got a good set of people, I think it could be good. But it's not very big, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's only, I think it's like half a mile of underground tunnels. It's not huge.
Not massive then.
No, you sort of go down. Sorry.
So go on.
I was just going to say, you go down this like long, like underground cave-like tunnel, and then you just go, like off into, it sort of goes around like the middle bit. I think if you go on to, if you Google it, it's got like a map of the cave itself, of how it goes, and you go down to like the inner temple, which is right down like at the bottom, and I think halfway through there's this I think they used to call it like the banqueting hall, and it's like it's got a big domey type room. I think go during the day, and I think you'll get you'll still get some really good stuff during the day. But because
one of my friends was telling me about it, and it was like when people go there, they stand outside, like it makes them feel like sick before they enter and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that could be quite an interesting place to go. Until I looked at the price of what it would cost for me to hire it like privately, and I thought, I can see why it makes people sick, because it's very expensive.
And I also think when I hired it, I'm just thinking about how we did teas or coffees. It was so long ago, but it's not one of my most expensive venues, but it's
fair enough. It's maybe one for the future that me and Carl can get in there and look at. Like we've noticed as well now, the Ancient Ram, they're now doing like they're doing ghost events where it can just be me and Carl. You know, you can book the whole place for yourself. And I think it's around about £65-75 for the night without a host. So it literally just be me and Carl on site. But that place isn't all cracked up to what it's supposed to be. Personally, I don't think. We've been before and we didn't capture anything.
But as we know,
I know, different night.
You know, it can be completely different with us who just in there the whole night. But then
that is true.
You know, but it has been done a lot.
It has been done
by a lot of people all over the world. So
I think it can be a good place.
Yes,
but I also think it can be quite a flat place sometimes.
It was when we went. It was flat.
Yeah, it's very flat.
But we went with other people, so maybe they weren't.
The energy level.
Yeah, the energy wasn't. You know, but it's just from our experience when we went there, it was very flat.
The one that is definitely on my bucket list to go and do at some point is 30 East Drive. I know it's been done a million times. I know that house has been blessed a million times. But as a paranormal investigator, I just want to go say I can tick it off my list. Sort of thing.
Yeah, you got your bucket list, and just want to go and tick it off.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'd definitely be one to do in the future, but it's so far away.
Any questions on there, Angela?
Oh yes. Where's the first one gone? Oh, that one. First one.
What areas do you cover, Spirit Brothers? Ghost Dragon Investigations?
To be honest,
I mean, we'll go pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, we'll go pretty much anywhere. You know, we'll do our. You know, we will look it up and try and find stuff on the internet. So we think, it's worth going. But you know, if we think it's worth going, we will go.
Yeah, I don't think anywhere's like strictly off limit.
No.
I think you know, if the timing was right, if funds were right, and stuff like this and that, you know, we would quite happily like go up to like Liverpool, Scotland, where, like, you know, wherever. So
we haven't yet.
Yeah, we haven't. But we do predominantly cover the Hampshire area at the moment. Hampshire, Berkshire. But you know, like I said, we have been as far as, you know, Gloucestershire, and I think we went down to where was that? Like the Neolithic tomb. Where's that place called? It's not Sussex, is it? Is it?
No, God.
Where was it?
We went to the Neolithic tomb. I think it's like Sudbury Hill or something like that it's called.
Oh, okay.
It's not too far from Aylesbury, actually. Actually, do you remember when we tagged along?
Buckinghamshire.
Oh, was it Buckinghamshire? Yeah, when we tagged along with you, we went and done the Old Town Hall.
Oh yeah,
it's down that kind of way. Like you go through Hungerford and follow the A road and just keep following it.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's a free location. It does state on their little plaque, open any reasonable daylight hours, but it's daylight to us when we've got our lights set up. So we'll be there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, sounds like a plan, that one.
When you go out on your own and, you know, you go to like the you know, the like free locations, how long do you stay? Do you stay till sort of like 2 and 3 in the morning, or do you tend to sort of like have a cut off point?
We used to, didn't we?
Yeah,
we used to stay out.
We used
to get there for about 8, 9 o'clock, and we used to stay till 2, 3 in the morning. But now we try and get there a little bit earlier so we can leave a bit earlier. But any day, it all depends on how well the investigation has gone. Like if it's kicking, we'll just stay there while it's kicking, you know, until it quietens down. But then we've had locations where not a lot of happened
to leave by 10:30.
Yeah, so it's, you know, it all depends really on how the night is going itself, really.
But what I like at the minute is now it's starting to get darker earlier. The winter's coming back in.
Yeah, we can get out earlier.
We can get out earlier. You know, it's dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the evening, and you know we can stay until 11, 12 and still get that good 6, 7 hours of filming, and then crunch it all down into a couple of episodes worth to put on YouTube, because not everywhere we go we can go live because of the signal levels.
Yeah. Any other questions, Angela?
Yeah, there's lots of them.
There you go. Lots of questions for Ghost Dragon Investigations. Do you do outside locations? Have you got a few in Somerset?
Yeah, we do outside. We do inside. You know, wherever the location is, as long as it's not raining and it's outside, we'll go do it.
Like I say, I think like we've everywhere from cemeteries to prisons and everything in between. You know, we'll investigate the lot if we feel as though it's worth investigating. We'll go and do it. We actually have been to Somerset because we went to Sheffield Manor. I believe that's in Somerset. Down near like Glastonbury sort of way, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we actually went there. We've been there twice. We went once in the middle of the night. We've done like an 8 p.m. till 2, 3 a.m. Investigation, and then we went during the day. We just paid £15 to get in as the museum, and they said, "You crack on, you film as much as you want." And we actually got more during the day than what we did at night.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember when we first did the round, we did like a sleepover there, and I thought, oh, I'll stay awake all night. And we were, you know, even sort of like 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, it was still kicking off. We were still getting stuff. And it's, you know, in fact, it's probably more active at that time than it was earlier in the evening.
Yeah. I mean, if somewhere's, you know, haunted and there is spirits roaming, surely it doesn't matter whether you're there at 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If something's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah, I believe so. Definitely. Whether it's light or whether it's dark, I think when it's dark, it just heightens your senses a little bit, doesn't it? And it makes it that little bit more spookier.
Yeah, it adds to the feel of stuff. Come on, get away from the window.
And walking in the woods in the dark is a lot more scary than walking through the woods in the light, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We've done a few locations in the woods. Actually, one of the good ones that we've done recently, funny enough, is only in Basingstoke. It's up near Park Pruitt. What's the woods called? Do you know the woods do you know Roman Road?
Yes.
The woods that back onto that, I think they're just about to build on it, actually. They're just about to put houses and stuff on it, but There's
I
a
have
cluster
been
of
there.
there's a cluster of woods, and I found out that there used to be a priest who used to the beekeeper. Yeah, so he was a priest. He come down from London to be a priest at the church, which is down in that area. What's the church called? I can't remember what church it's called. Is it St. Wotton or something like that? Wotton Church?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one. Yes.
Because that'd be behind those.
Can't remember.
Yeah,
I know.
it's
I know
like where the
roughly where
little
it is.
farmlandy stuff bits are, and
I think it's yeah.
but yeah, so just off the Newbury Road, the cluster of woods. And anyway, yeah, so this priest come down from London to become the priest vicar of the church. And whilst he was doing that, he was very keen on his beekeeping. But he wasn't allowed to keep his bees on the church premises. So he had all of his hives up in the woods over there. And this is all on Google, so you can freely read it all. And anyway, he went to attend to his bees one day and never returned. And 3 days later, they found his body just lying in the woods. So me and Carl went up there just on a whim to do a little investigation, and we got loads of stuff. We had little orangey orbs in the trees. We had loads of stuff coming through on our spirit talkers and necrometers and stuff like that. The REM pods were going off. And you wouldn't think of it, you drive past it every day and you wouldn't think that place would actually be haunted.
I know that I went up there a few years ago with a couple of friends of mine, and because one of them lived literally across the road from it, and she said, it's really quite eerie, come and have a look. So I went up there, and I think I took a picture of one of my friends, and there was someone standing behind her.
Wow,
I'm gonna have to dig the photo out, but I'm like, oh my gosh, and it was on this little pathway. But yeah, it was quite creepy. We didn't really do an awful lot up there, but yeah, might be a good one to sort of go and take a look at.
I mean, I'm always down for these free locations, because you're gonna capture, if there's anything there, you're gonna capture it, and if there's not, then you're not, and you haven't really wasted any money and stuff.
And there's not really, there's no sort of lots of people there. It's just it's just trusted people around you, and it's not there's not going to be anything.
It's also not polluted, isn't it?
Yes,
it's not polluted with
probably what I was thinking.
Tons of groups going in there trying to destroy it, asking it. And I just think some places could be overpopulated. It burns them out.
Yeah, these places, like these cemeteries and stuff, like not many paranormal groups do places like that, or these unsolved murders and stuff that have happened in woods. Paranormal groups tend to stay away from them. They want to go and do these big locations. So these locations are untouched, and we find that we capture quite a bit.
When you go into the woods, I know one of my friends used to live on Virginia Waters, and we used to sort of take his dog for a walk in the woods. And he said to me, "Oh, when we go for a walk, there's this light." And he goes, "You only get up so close and then the light disappears." So I read up on it, and apparently there's they're called spirit lights. So if you're in the woods and you see a torch light, you walk towards it, and then all of a sudden it will just disappear. A bit like me tonight with my background, which I wanted to remove, but it took me off the live. And they say that once you walk towards the light, and then as soon as that light disappears, that is when you're on deconsecrated ground. So it's very, very interesting. So next time you're out in the woods, look for anything that looks like a torchlight and go for it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's one to look out for then, definitely. Yeah.
Always look out for torch lights in the woods. It might just be a dog walker, but then again, it might not be.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Yeah. But yeah, up there we had these orange orbs, they were the size of a basketball. And they would just blink, and it was weird, very weird. Yeah. But some of our best locations have been like that, they've just been they're untouched locations. We've done quite a lot of filming down in the New Forest area, especially up near around Burley and stuff like that, where it's witches and
Yeah.
And we've had some good evidence down there.
Any other questions, Angela?
Yep. Ben, shush. Sorry. I've got 3 here from Martin. I'll do them in order.
There you go. Would you do stone circles, standing stone, long barrows?
Yes, we've done long barrows, haven't we?
Yeah, we've done 3 long barrows.
Yeah, we've done 3. Amazing locations, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Every time we've been there.
Coombe Gibbet over sort of like Newbury way. Have you ever done that one?
No,
we haven't. No, we've always gone a little bit further afield than that. So we've done the one that we was talking about previously up at Sudbury Hill, which is on one of the A roads leading out of Hungerford. You have to follow it for probably about 12-15 miles. And then the other one, I think, is up near Aylesbury sort of way. It's a bit further north of Aylesbury.
And that's the one on top of the hill, right? When we got to get out and walk up top.
No, that was the one where we dubbed it as the Knife Killer.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Where we had the bloody Combine harvester. Jesus, that was a miserable night. And then the other one that we've done was Bellish Nap. So it's Bellish Nap. So BELASKNAPP.
I haven't heard of that one, no.
Yeah, so that's a little bit further. Like it's about an hour and 20-minute drive from Basingstoke, maybe an hour and 45 drive from Basingstoke. And then when you get out of your car, you've got to walk up a hill like this for about 45 minutes to get to the top. But it is worth it.
Yeah, that was the first time that we had shadows like jumping about all over the place, and it was just incredible. And
can you sort of think, I'm out of here? Didn't it make you want to run when you saw the shadows? Or
the thing was,
I screamed on camera when I first saw it. It was sort of, so it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, it's because we were there for quite a while. We didn't really get much, and it was until we went round to the front of it. We thought, oh, we'll do our last bit here, and it just kicked, and it was just incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, the REM pod was going, and this shadow was jumping from one rock to another rock.
Like, it was just,
and we kept looking behind us. It was like, well, there's no trees like behind us, so
yeah, there's nothing that would be behind us to be putting the shadows onto the rocks in front of us. Yeah, and we couldn't understand it.
You know, like when you get like little flies or something on like the end of your porch light or something like that. It wasn't sort of like that. These shadows were like huge.
Yeah, and there was like in shape of an animal, wasn't it? And it was like moving. Yeah, it was just.
So not a man then, not like a man or a child or anything. It was more.
No, it was more like a bird, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a bird type shadow.
And it kept like jumping from rock to rock on his rock face, and we just couldn't believe what we were seeing because there's nothing that could be doing that.
Yeah,
it's very strange. And this is what we were saying. You know, like sometimes you can't debunk stuff.
No.
You know, we panned the camera around and went for a little walk and come back, and it was still happening, and we couldn't put our thumb on what it was.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, out of my right ear, because I'm filming like this, and out of my right ear, I heard footsteps running towards me. And as I turned around, I felt like this gust of wind, and I screamed. I'm not going to lie. Like, yeah,
it was quite funny. I must admit, if you do go and watch that video, it is very, very funny.
Yeah, it really did put the frighteners on me.
Yeah,
keep the language clean. Yeah, it really did.
But at least you know it's raw, honest ghost hunting, isn't it? It's you know, there's no other factors to it. You know, you're just two guys, you know, in the middle of nowhere.
It literally is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be what 20 miles from the closest town. Like you can see the town on the top of the hill, miles away in the distance. Like there's no houses up there. There's no like farmhouses or anything like that. It is literally in the middle of nowhere, down a little dirt track. Then you have to get out your car and sort of walk up through these daisy fields and get to the top of it, and it is incredible.
Yeah.
But next time I go, I'll take my inhaler with me.
Oxygen mask by the sound of it.
Yeah. Defib. Yeah.
What's the next question, Angela?
You've already answered the secondly, so we've got the thirdly now.
And thirdly, how far back do you think you can get energy to interact with you?
How far back, as in years, or how far?
Probably in years, I'd imagine. Centuries.
I mean, if we're talking years, like we've had when we've been doing the Estes method before, it's certain location, not every location, because it doesn't always work every time we try it. But some locations we have had like spirits come through that, you know, it's like dates back to like the 1600s, 1700. And like you kind of ask the questions, you know, like, do you even know you're still alive? And like it's weird, isn't it? Some of the responses that we get, because like we'll get through the 1600s, so then we'll try and play on that and like sort of ask more questions about that, or you know, we do a bit of research and stuff like that about who was there in the 1600s and what was on this land before what's here now, and stuff like that. So I believe you can contact people from thousands of years ago. When we was at the Neolithic tomb, we had a lock-off camera inside the tomb, and you can clearly see in here, me and Carl, we were outside having a cigarette and a cup of tea. We took a flask with us. And all of a sudden, this stone rolled across the floor in shot on this locked off camera. Now there was deep inside the tomb, if you know, the cave tomb, whatever you want to call it. When they excavated it, I can't remember what year it was, but when they it's like the 60s, 50s, they excavated it, and they found the remains of 36 men, children, and women, and they were all buried individually. So the women were in one chamber, the children were in another, and the men were in another.
Yeah, they like buried them in different rooms.
Yeah.
So it was the women and the children, and then the men's, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then in the centre, there's like this big open sort of. There's, I'd say big. You could probably fit 5, maybe 6 people in there comfortably and do an investigation. And yeah, the stone just rolled on its own from left to right on the camera. It was just bizarre. We didn't even know it happened until we reviewed the footage. And I was like phoning him up, going, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." So yeah, we went back after that. We went back to that location and started trying to throw stones around and asking the spirits if they could throw it back. And long and behold, we had another stone move up there.
Yeah.
So that place, and it's free. That's the best part about it. It's free. You know, you rock up there.
You know, they say it's 5,500 years old. So
yeah,
you know, that's a lot of history in one location.
And do you think the language would be different there, as in Old English, rather than our dialect now?
I think it would be 5,500 years of you know old dialect and stuff, and you know, can you like imagine how then people lived back then? I would love to have like a go back, be able to go back in time and just see how these people really did live, because like museums and stuff like that is great. Don't get me wrong, it's great, but it doesn't really do it justice to being able to really visualize it and stuff. I mean, they do a good job on these, you know, science shows and stuff like that, but to be able to witness it firsthand, I think it would be absolutely amazing.
Do you think that, you know, like if you're sort of like, I know that, you know, like as Paul was rightly saying, that the dialect has changed over the centuries, but you know, do you think that it doesn't really, you know, sort of like if someone is there and you know you're sort of like encroaching on their space, they might think, oh look, there's people coming, let me throw a stone at them, type thing, even if they can't understand what you're saying, type thing.
People were buried there, so you know that's where they were laid to rest. And
you're coming near me, people coming near me, let me throw a stone.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, what you doing here? You know, it's why I'm trying to rest. Maybe, you know, it's get out kind of thing. Maybe.
But then on the spirit box, we had like loads of like different like Latin words coming through and stuff like this and that, like stuff that we can't really make sense of without googling what that word means. It's very active. That's very, very active up there. It's definitely worth.
Yeah, we'd love to take you guys up there with us because it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, we'd like to do that. What was the other question Martin put up there, Angela? Why don't you think there's not more evidence of anything from, say, caveman, or why don't people go more for asking back to these spirits? Spirits.
Yeah.
So why don't you think that more?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. Why don't you think there's more evidence of anything? I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I think there's millions and millions of stuff still in the UK that we've not even unearthed. Like we're still digging up and excavating different bits of land and stuff like that. Like you've only got to look at Stonehenge and all the burial grounds that are around there that haven't been unearthed.
There's lots of Neolithic ones around there, isn't there?
There's hundreds and hundreds.
We saw the huts, didn't we? Driving down past it.
And I think that if we were allowed, not us personally, but if we were allowed to excavate them, we would unearth a lot more knowledgeable stuff, and maybe, but then, you know, kind of opening yourself up to a bit of a world of pain as well. Like if something is there that should be buried, you know, like that's my sort of other thinking of it. Like, you know, what if you disturb something and take something home with you? Or
it's like that archaeological dig they have in Suffolk, didn't it, when they uncovered the Saxon warship in the middle of a field.
Oh wow!
You know, how far up would the water level have been for that to be in a field? There's a film about it called The Dig. Have you seen it?
I have.
It's about how they uncovered this Saxon battleship in the middle of a farmer's field.
Yeah,
and they can't believe how it's arrived there.
Yeah,
so you know what's
like
buried.
We know 100% that, you know, there was people living here back then, you know, even way before 5,500 years. That's just when that specific tomb dates back to. There's probably more out there that dates back at double, if not triple that, you know, because, you know, before the Ice Age, we were, you know, connected to France, and that's how people got from Africa up to Great Britain and ended up inhabiting us. So who knows what's still out there, you know, layers and layers and layers down.
And you find that sometimes on your locations, don't you? Every time you go back to the location, something different happens. So is it that you're getting different layers of that history of that place that you go to? You must know yourself, there's a place we go to quite often. That's again a free location. But every time we go there, it's different. So we know we're slowly cutting through the layers of history within that area. Do you find that with yours? Do you go there and it's different?
Yeah, some locations in it.
Like, we've never really gone back to a location and the same things come through.
No, not the same thing. It's always
so it's always something different. So maybe it's different layers, you know, that we're on.
Yeah, and like some of the locations that we have been to before in the past, they're built on ley lines. So and obviously, you know, if you know what they are, a ley line's basically a motorway for spirits to, you know, they can travel through it. So we always kind of get something different, and, you know, is that just that spirit coming through at that time, just popping in to sort of say, hey, whatever, you know, who knows fully, but
there's a place that we go to, and a few years ago we actually used the dowsing rods to trace the ley line, because we didn't really think that the dowsing rods would be able to do it, and they actually traced the ley lines, and we had like a map of where the ley lines was, and they were so accurate. But as Paul said, you know, it's one of those venues that you go to time and time and time again. And every time we go, I must admit, I don't think I've been this year, but you just uncover more and more stuff, more and more. I normally get some sort of ghost-like photo there, or a photo where I believe there's like a ghostly type image in it. It's a great place.
I mean, there's sorry, go on.
No, it was like the night we went there many years ago. Julia took a picture what looks like a woman ghost in the middle of the field.
That one,
because it's an old abbey where we go. We must take you there. I think you'll enjoy that.
It's not far. It's not far down the road.
No, because the house opposite the abbey is where Florence Nightingale worked before she went to London. Wow. So you can imagine the history within that area. So we went there and Julia took a picture many years ago, and a cracking picture as well. So we went back there probably late last year, I think, early this year, something like that.
Yeah, must have been.
We were standing over by what they called a 900-year-old hanging tree. So it's a hanging tree that was about 900 years old.
Yeah.
So we were standing there calling out. We did get a great deal. It was quite a bit of a quiet night there. But then suddenly I thought, oh, I know. Julia's got a picture of a woman here. So I carried out, if you're the lady in the picture, do you think you could show yourself? And within sort of 5 or 10 minutes, Luca would tell you if he was on here, we suddenly got surrounded by what was a heavy mist, a thick fog where we couldn't see our way out. It was literally, and it not only was it wasn't drifting past us, it was going round in a circle around us. You could see it going round and around. And I even stepped out to think, well, maybe it's the whole field. And even stepping out and looking back, you could see the mist going round around us. And it was one of them where you were turning, looking for something to come through the mist. And then we'd say, oh, thank you, can you show yourself? And there's 5-6 minutes it was going round in a circle, and you're just waiting for something to stick its head through the mist, that type of feeling. And then it gone, just literally gone. It was back to a normal dark night, and we're thinking, what on earth was that?
Because a few years before I took my photo, my friend Derek, who sadly passed away, he took a photo which also looked like where my lady photo, where she was standing, he also has got a photo which looks like there's some sort of like misty thing in near enough the same spot. So but she wears a very long white gown with long white sleeves on it, and she's got very, very long black hair. I'm presuming it's a woman, but it could be a man. We just don't know.
Wow. Yeah, we'll definitely have to
raise her hands up, almost as if she's like I don't know, praying, because one photo her hands are up like this, next photo her hands are down like that. So I don't know. It's just it's a very, very every time you go, it's different.
It's a good location. So
we'll have to go there and collab together and
definitely
do an episode or two, or see if we can go live or whatever.
It's getting wintry.
The plus over there is no light pollution.
No.
Yeah, without naming it on a live, you get random people telling from it. Is it the place where it's got the golf course?
No.
Okay. No. Because there's an abbey that I want to go to where it backs off on a golf course, and I cannot find a road to get in for love nor money.
Oh,
what?
Do you know? Don't say, but message one of us, and one of us might know where it is. Is it near me, or is it somewhere else?
It's near us. It's not too far from us. It's only about 40 minutes away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might know it if you.
Yeah, there's a canal, and then there's a golf course, and it's sort of, I think it's actually part of the golf course, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I think I need a name. Sorry. I'm trying to do my telepathy bit there. I think I might need a name.
I think I know the name of that place.
But it begins with a W. I'll let you know that. Yeah. I think we have spoken about it previously when we've been on locations with you guys. But there's a few that we should definitely go and check out.
Absolutely.
In the future. The Hansel sisters, have you ever heard of them?
No.
So the Hansel sisters were 3 witches in the UK back in the day. So they were 3 sisters, and it was believed in the village that, or little town where they were living, that they were all cursed. So they all got taken out into Groveley Wood, which isn't a million miles from Stonehenge. So it's quite local. And that place, the Witch's Tree, it is absolutely rife with
Everything
activity.
went off, didn't it? On that,
Yeah,
on one of the
and
trains.
we believe that when we were there, we actually had the 3 names of the sisters come through.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the REM bear was going off, and you know, it's not like a REM bear. Like you physically have to touch the pause to make it go off. It's not one that you know sort of go near and it will go off. You physically have to touch it. That place is awesome. Yeah, Grovely Woods. It's not too far from us, and again, it's a free location. And there's a World War tunnel up there as well, which
we did that as well.
Yeah, which we was lucky to find.
Yeah.
And we had the word cigarette come through on our spirit talker. So we rolled a cigarette, we left it on the floor, we went out. But when we come back in, the cigarette hadn't moved. But what we did do is, when we carried on filming, and we clearly caught this black thing go from left to right of our camera screen. Yeah. So we believe that there was like a World War II soldier.
Yeah.
Because this air raid shelter bunker type thing was used to store ammunition. There used to be an airstrip up there.
Maybe he was like watching you smoke and thought, "Oh, I fancy one of them."
Yeah, I fancy one of them. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I caught someone like that at our location. I left the camera running, and while we were over the other side, and after reviewing it, you can actually see what looks like a soldier shadow walk past the camera.
Wow!
You see it on the chimney breast. It's a good capture, seeing that we weren't looking. But yeah, we'll definitely take you there. I think you'll enjoy it there, because it is massive history there. You know, it dates back.
Throw some dates around, and we'll try and see when.
Yeah.
When everyone's sort of like free, and we can. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
I would love to take you guys to Knowlton Church.
Oh, Knowlton Church is just phenomenal.
Yeah, every time we've been there,
that's just down near.
It's not far, is it?
It's sort of in between Southampton and Bournemouth. It's not too far. It's only about an hour away. That place, we've been there several times. And something touched me on the leg there, like a lot, like really did put the frighteners on me. Cole took a photograph and had this weird demonic looking face. And we've done some research on it, and I can't remember what they call them now, but it's like a witch type thing that looks after like trees and bushes, because there's a yew tree there.
Oh my god!
And apparently you're supposed.
We got a yew tree where the place we go, haven't we, Paul? We got one of them.
They're normally elementals.
Sorry.
That's it. Elemental. That's it.
They're elementals. They're the nature's protectors.
Yeah. So we didn't realise, because this was when we were kind of new to the paranormal, that you're supposed to like sort of offer them something, like a bit of fruit.
Yeah.
And we didn't take anything with us, and Cole's just snapping away on his photos, and this thing looks like it's screaming at us, like as if to say, "Why have you not bought us?" Yeah. So yeah, next time we went there, I think I took an orange with me, and just left it on one of the stones at the bottom of this yew tree, and the atmosphere seemed completely different. Yeah, it felt less like suppressing and stuff like that. It was but that place is awesome, Knowlton Church.
A lot of yew trees that they put in church in the graveyards to ward off evil spirits.
Yeah, well,
that's
this
why
one up at Farley Wallop.
Yew trees.
Yeah, the yew tree at Farley Wallop. Obviously, there's a sad story behind that, because 2 young children were hanged from that tree. And that's you can actually see that in history online and stuff like that. So it was a true event that these 2 young children were hanged there. And when me and Cole went there, we managed to capture an apparition on camera when you slow it down frame. So this light, it just zoomed past Cole. It went that quick that we didn't even see it in real time. But when we was reviewing it, we slowed it down frame by frame, and you can clearly see what appears to be a male and a female.
The church door.
Sort of linked arms like this, coming out of the church, walking down the gravel path.
Wow.
And yeah, but I think the council have put a padlock up there, because the security guard, he used to come up there when me and Carl were filming, and he would come up and get out of his truck, and the first time it was a bit, we had to like explain to him who we were and what we were doing. We're not doing anything up there negative, and we're not like graffiti in the church and stuff like that. And then the next couple of times he would turn up and it's you guys again, and just like sort of leave us to it. But I think the local residents maybe have had enough of us going up there, because they sort of had locked off the main public gate. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, that photo, that elemental.
Yeah, so going back to that place, Knowlton Church, we was in there, and I'm just taking random pictures, and then you may not be able to see it, but can you? I don't know if you can see it. Let me just
zoom in.
Can you see a face? Am I showing it right?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
Sort of,
I can. Yes, I can now. Yes.
Yeah.
Almost
And that
expressionless.
That would be how elementals would present themselves.
Yeah, because that's the original picture, but you can't really see the face. It's not until you actually zoom in, and then there's obviously.
And there it is.
You tried lightening it up as well. You tried lightening the photo. Lightening out a bit more.
What's that? Lighting in the photo.
I can do it.
You have to send it to Julia.
It's only because that's my thing, photos and videos, and
I'm good at editing things online and putting our music and stuff like this and that to it.
Yeah, almost looks like a wooden, almost like a woodeny type old lady type old man type thing, but you can. It's as if it's sort of like it's made up of nature, isn't it? Because it almost looks like it's like got a woodeny type appearance to it. But well done.
Yeah,
that's what they are, elementals.
Yeah, well, the thing is in the next photograph, when because obviously Carl was just snapping away, click, 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 it's not there. So it was in one photo, but not in another. So I thought would it have been like a group of leaves, and it just kind of appeared to be that way, but it wasn't in the next photo, which is strange. Just can't explain it,
Unless there's a lot of wind that blows the leaves about, then which may have changed the photo, then you can't really explain it, can you?
No. Yeah, but like when you zoom in, there's nothing there. It's just a black hole. So it's very strange, very very strange to say the least.
Any other questions, Anja?
Yep.
Okay. Ghost Dragon investigation. What's the best evidence you guys have ever caught?
I mean, for me, I think the full apparition on camera was pretty solid, because we've never had anything before or since to do with full apparitions. That was pretty wild. When we done Fort Widley with you guys, we was in one of the tunnels and there was no one there, so we thought, we'll sit up there for 10 minutes. And we had a shadow walk past our camera, which Carl tried to recreate, and we couldn't. So that was pretty wild. But as the best evidence would have been, one, getting scratched, and two, having the full apparition on camera. Because
one of the best pieces that I think that we've caught,
the EVP,
in Oakley. Our little church there, and it was just incredible, like, because we were talking to some guy.
It was a Danish soldier. So in Oakley, which is just on the outskirts of Basingstoke, there's a little cemetery there. The church has been knocked down, but the cemetery remains, and I think it's a Civil War cemetery. But way back when, the Danish fleet, they invaded Britain, and all their boats got stuck up in the River Thames. So what they've done is they walked from there down to Basingstoke, and it's called the Battle of Osil. So Osil is the Latin word or whatever to what Oakley would be today. So we dubbed it the Battle of Osil. Anyway, we had this EVP, and what did it?
Well, no, originally on the spiritual card we had the name.
Yeah, of the person that come through. The Danish soldier. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
but we had his name come through twice, and then on the EVP, clear as day, it goes, "It's me."
Well, no, we called out for this soldier.
Yeah, we called out for it.
We said, we can't remember his name, but we said, "Are you here?" And then what come next was, "It's me." So like it was just incredible.
Yeah,
Absolutely incredible piece of, what we caught. It was just.
We've had whistles and knocks and stuff on EVPs, but never a full blown.
But it was a response to what we was asking.
Yeah, it was a response to what we was asking. We had, it just come through saying, "It's me," and that's just triggered a memory as well. One of our other videos, we went to Banbury. We went to the Old Town Calf, and apparently it's one of the oldest calves in the UK.
Yeah, it was like
1570s, I think it was.
Something like that.
But this woman, she was very, very nice. I just phoned her up on a whim. And said, "Look, we know that this place is allegedly haunted. Would there be any chance that we could come and do an investigation?" She was very nice, and she let us in. We was doing solo investigations down in the basement, and we caught what we can only describe as a little girl giggling on an EVP. It really was so
very creepy, isn't it?
Yeah, it was on this EVP.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it with my own ears in real time. But we caught it on the EVP, and I listened to it back, and that was it. I was gone. I was up them stairs, and I went running to him, and I was like, "You can go down there now." Like, yeah.
How funny.
Your turn.
Paul does EVPs. He's got some pretty good ones over the
Yeah,
years as well.
Yeah, I've had some good responses, class A responses to questions, and you think, really? And you sort of listen and listen and listen. You think, how can that be? I got one recently. Where was we? I can't remember where it was. And I say my name. Hi, my name's Paul. Can you tell me your name? And it's like, Jeff. And I'm like, what? It's a what? And it's really deep, a deep man's voice. Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Was it just like that then, Paul? Was it just like that? Jeff.
Yeah. You hear it? It's a very, very deep, like Jeff. It goes, and it's a split second after I say my name's Paul. Can you tell us your name, Jeff? In a really deep voice. And that I do seem to have caught whistles and all sorts of, incredible.
Yeah,
Merley, you got what was that one at Merley? Was it? It was almost a sentence, wasn't it? I can't remember off the top of my head what it said, but that was down
in the basement, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like we were down in the basement, and we, when you said something's going to happen because it's either getting darker and darker or something in there's changing, and you just feel it, don't you? Think, something's going to happen. So it's got, and you get that quiet beyond quiet. It goes quiet, but then it goes beyond that quietness. And I did a calling out, and it literally was like they were having a conversation back. But we couldn't really make it out. It was like a French name, like a treble barrel name, and then it was something like whatever her name was. Yeah, I'm here behind you. We said, you hear her say, "Where are you?" And it says, "Behind you." And everybody behind us, when we were standing forward, was looking back saying, "No, I'm sure there's someone behind us." And it went, "I'm behind you."
It was weird. We all huddled up, didn't we?
Yeah, it was getting a bit hectic at that point. When you start getting responses like that, you get a bit closer, don't you, as a group?
Yeah. We had that again up at George Jarvis when me and Carl was in one of the other rooms, and we had it
was the last room that we was in.
It was either like a stone or a bit of plasterboard or something, but we decided to go fully lights out, so we turned all our camera lights off. We turned everything off.
I couldn't see you. You couldn't see me.
Yeah, you couldn't see this in front of your face, and this knock happened or whatever, and it was the first time I ever got a cuddle off of him. It was like a Scooby Doo sketch, Scooby Doo's in Shaggy's arms. But it's but we are waiting for this next location where we say we have to leave. Enough is enough. Like, that is too much, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it will happen. I'm confident it will happen, and it will probably happen when you least expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you know the warning signs when you see it, you know when to say, you know what,
enough. Yeah.
enough. You know,
Yeah.
because you're dealing with something you can't see anyway, so you can't
Exactly.
defend yourself against something that you can't
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Any other questions, Angela?
Yep.
Go for it. Ian 410. Did anyone go to the Strange Days Festival this past weekend?
No,
not me.
About it.
No, I didn't.
Whereabouts was it?
Because I think, do they do like a Parafest in the UK as well?
They do a Parameet,
Parameet,
which is
'Cause we
normally
did
in
get invited
Leicester.
to,
I've been to that. It's
Yeah.
normally in Leicester, where they have a conference for a weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then they have guest speakers, you know, people selling equipment.
No.
Guest speakers are really good. Past life regression. Richard Felix. They have Richard Felix from Most Haunted, the historian.
Oh, yeah.
I like
What's her
him. He's
name?
good.
The lady from
He's
Haunted
very good.
Happenings.
Hazel Ford.
Hazel Ford. She was there talking about
Oh,
her massive company. You know, how they pay thousands of pounds for venues and
we met her. And, it's
because we did get invited to Liverpool.
Yeah, we got invited last year to go to Liverpool with a team called Ghost Dimensions. I don't know if you've probably heard of them. They're all over the TV, and they've got their own show on Sky TV now and Pluto and stuff like that. They're actually doing less investigations now because I think the husband Sean, he's now doing stuff in Hollyoaks. So he's kind of made it really big through the paranormal. But we got invited to go up and do a birthday bash type thing as a paranormal thing. But we couldn't make it. But it is what it is. But that would have been nice to go up and meet them guys. And if there's one investigator who I'd like to meet in this country, it would be Barry Guy. I absolutely love what he does. I think he's fantastic. I'm not convinced that everything that they show is legit, but he's just, if we could get him on, that would be
nice.
But I've met him a few times. I did.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. I know him quite well. I did the old school museum in Hitchin. Have you ever done that?
No.
It's called the Old School Museum, but it's a school that dates back to the 1930s, and it is how it is from the 1930s. Nothing's changed. The headmaster's house is the same. Haunted as nightmare. Literally haunted. Because we were there with him, and there was like chalk marks on the board. Because he said, what we do, we'll write a sentence down and we'll say, can anybody copy it? And obviously it was dark, and you could hear what sounded like a chalk marking on the board, like the screech, and then turn the lights on, and there was like a W and an L and something else, like a William type name. So it's called the Old School Museum Hitching, but that's really good if you're ever out that area. Yeah, I've met him a few times. I did Chatham Docks with him and the caves above, the communication centre. Where else have I met him? We had a video, unexpected, caught on camera, the unexplained caught on camera. Obviously, we met him with that, doing that one. Yeah, he's a nice enough guy. Charges a lot.
Yeah.
It's quite expensive.
And you're saying about the chalk there writing like, William or whatever. When we was at the last location at Merriswood House, we was upstairs doing some filming in one of the landings, and we had the name Will come through, and it said Will is here. And then it said something like Will is stuck or something like that. But we kind of figured we was talking to someone called Will. But then when we went downstairs in one of the rooms, there's a really old document that dates back to like the 1700s, 1800s, something like that.
Yeah.
On the wall.
Yeah.
On the will, and the letter is actually addressed to a Mr. W something. So we were wondering, like, was there any time that the old owners were called William or something? Because this letter was, I think it was like £250, and £250 back in the 1700s was a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that was very strange that you know, that kind of happened. But it just made me remember when you said William on the chalkboard.
Yeah, because
we're going back. We're going back on the 18th of October.
What? When are we going back? Sorry.
18th of October. No, 18th
of October.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've only just booked it over last week or so, couple of week or so.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Because we interested through your other new locations that you've put up. One in November and one in next year in January. Ain't we? We're looking to do those.
We're on there. We're both busy on the 20th
of September.
So we can't do that one. But yeah, definitely. But Maris Wood, it was for us. It was off, especially upstairs in that little attic room with the sofa. We put our REM bear on there, and it would not shut up. It got to the point where we had to take the battery out. We'd had enough.
Yeah,
it was kicking off.
Yeah,
that's another level of that house.
We walked in that attic, and the first word that come through on our micrometer said sofa. So we went, right, let's just put all of our equipment on that sofa, and it literally just kicked it.
Every single bit of equipment was just going.
It just wouldn't shut up.
That room was lighting up like a Christmas tree with a bed, a K2s, a Sensibles, whatever. You know, it was awesome.
That's where we did the Estes method as well, didn't it?
Yeah, we had to stop, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because we were doing that in that room, and we had some new people with us, and they insisted that they want to do this Estes method. So I'm like, okay. And one of them just burst into tears, and she goes, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Wow. And it just had a really weird effect. And I think somebody else had a very similar effect up there as well that night. But yeah, we're going back on the 18th. It used to be the
portals, didn't it, for the servants and stuff up there?
Yeah.
So I think maybe something along the lines of that, like history was maybe repeating itself. But whatever was up there is intelligent. It's not like a residual haunting. It's an intelligent haunting. They know exactly what they're doing to be able to interact with several bits of equipment.
See, I kind of got spooked because Daz was sat on the sofa, and then I was sat on a chair on the room
adjacent to it.
Yeah, and as we got near the end of the Estes method, and I just felt the floor around me. It felt like someone was walking around me, and I just thought, I just got to the point. I was like, no, we've done it. I'll just get out of here.
Yeah.
It's a great location.
Yeah, it really is.
Because that's really when we popped out of the office and said, like, when did you walk past? And you went, no, we've been the other side of the building. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's right.
We had a shadow and a light past the door, and we thought it was you two. And you went, no, we're on the other side. And I thought, well, what have we just seen through the door then? With a shadow and a light, you know?
Yeah,
it's a great place. We
enjoyed it. It was great. Thank you.
Yeah. It was a good night there. There's a good activity that night.
Mm-hmm. It's like a little TARDIS, isn't it? Because there's so many rooms, and there's enough room for everybody to, like, you know, go off and do their own thing, and you know, and then group up with other people if you want to see what they've got. And it's just I think we've been there a couple of times now. Just really enjoyed it.
And I didn't feel anything sort of demonic or anything sort of negative.
Didn't just like families get a stone thrown at her and hit her on the back?
She did
in the garden.
That's right.
By the tree.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we went out there. We set our REM pod up out there, and the REM pod started going off.
Yeah.
I was standing next to her, and there was a group of us. I think we came to. We said, let's head to the tree, because we'd had some other stuff happen that pointed to go into the outside to the tree. So we went outside to the tree, and I think Paul was there with, I think, Lynn and Luke and a couple of other people. And we sort of like walked over, and we just like stood just to sort of like watch and see what they were up to. And it all of a sudden, like, something hit Lynn's back, almost, and I was standing probably 3 feet from her, and I looked at her as if to say, you know, what was that? Because it was quite hard.
So like
almost as if someone got a stone and just like threw a stone at her back. And I turned around because her brother was like a few feet behind her, thinking, oh, he's playing games, and, you know, playfully probably like threw a stone at her, even though he's in his like 40s or whatever. And I said, Ross, did you throw a stone? He went, what? No. But you clearly heard it. Clearly heard it. So
Well, one of the other rooms upstairs, on the first floor, I don't know if you call it the first floor or second floor, but upstairs and you've got the old fireplace with them green sort of what do they call it, like tiles that go around it.
Yeah,
But
like
me and
ceramic.
Carl, yeah, like the ceramic tiles. Me and Carl walked in there. We could only assume that it was like one of the old family rooms, and stuff like that. And then the next thing it come through was like, because we were just talking amongst ourselves, so it wasn't even calling out. And it come through and it said something like, "Oh, we enjoyed this place," or something like that. It said. So we decided to sit down and do some recording, and then we could only imagine that we was talking to this William person that we were speaking to earlier. And then it said, like, looking for my mummy or something. And then the next thing that come through, 2 seconds later, it said, my mum's at the location. And that was it. Then the sensor call started going off. And it's very, very active, but there's nothing in there I don't think that anyone's ever got to be afraid of.
No, we didn't feel anything.
It's a good house. It's a good natured, friendly house.
Yeah,
that's what I would
it's
say.
just a family home and with servants and
yeah.
Any other questions, Andrea?
we did discover the that someone was hung there, so that was quite sinister.
Yeah.
So Martin Stewart, but I've been doing this for about 30 years. I'm sensitive and love to join you guys if you're ever this way.
Yeah, great.
Wiltshire. That's not far. Not far from us at all.
No,
Wiltshire's not far. I think we've done a couple of locations up in sort of Wiltshire way. I think it's called, what was it called? Godstone Chapel or something. Remember the one that we went in? We could actually get inside. We had the laser.
Is that the one with the massive bang?
No, that was up at St John's Baptist Church. The one with the loud bang. It sounded like a gunshot went off next to us, didn't it?
Yeah. Okay, wasn't that place?
It was the chapel one out in the middle of nowhere. It's now used as a barn, like a farm barn thing, but it's open to the public. And yeah, we went up there. I know that's definitely up in Wiltshire.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Good night.
Any other, Angela?
No, that's all the.
No.
So how many venues do you reckon you do a year? How many venues do you reckon you do a year?
Well, like I say, the first year we did probably 48.
Yeah, 48 out of 52 weeks we was out. But we was going back to sort of similar locations or the same location 2 or 3 times. I think like paid big indoor investigations. I mean, we could probably only mainly, if we're lucky, we'll get 3 or 4 in a year. But as a total, you know, including all the 3 locations that we do, we try and get out every 2 to 3 weeks. So a good 30 times a year we try and get out.
That's fantastic, isn't it? Especially with work and other commitments around family and everything.
Yeah, family.
Yeah,
really
we're kind of lucky with our partners and stuff that, you know,
we can get out.
Yeah, I mean, they are quite cool. See you later. Bye. I suppose it gives them peace and quiet.
Understanding would be the word.
Yeah. They're very kind of supportive, in they really.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah, we try and get out, you know, 20, 30 times a year, if not more, sometimes less. You know, I guess it depends on what's going on, and you know, like I said, work, family, friends, just general life gets in the way sometimes, doesn't it? But,
yeah, definitely.
You know, we used to do like a talk show that we used to host and try and get guests on and stuff, but we found it very hard to get people interested in coming on, and so we kind of knocked that on the head a little bit. We ain't done one for a little while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But we just enjoy getting out, you know. If we can get out and we're both free, if it's 2 hours, it's 2 hours. If it's 6, it's 6. You know, we just
yeah,
you know, enjoy it. If I had it my way, I'd be out every night. If you know, if I had it my way, I really am. And like I have been out a couple of times on my own. Like if Carl's been busy and I think, we ain't posted anything for a month. Then if Carl's busy, I'll go out on my own and do a couple of hours. And
That's very brave. That's very brave.
yeah, I went and done one actually down in the New Forest.
It was,
so I was in the middle of the New Forest on my own down near Burley, and I must have been there 2-3 hours on my own. But I didn't say it. I wouldn't say it was like the most amazing thing I've ever done because not much happened. But when you're on your own in the middle of the woods,
isn't it?
You know, it is sketchy. But
yeah, I think twice you've done that. Because one time I was ill, and the other time I couldn't make it due to work commitments. But,
you were real. I remember that one.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to you, mate, because I couldn't do that.
But where we went last night, actually, up at Buckleberry, it kicked off, and I did say live on camera, if I get 100 likes on this video, I will do a solo investigation on my own up there and sleep there the night. I'd just sleep up on the bench, but no one hit the thumbs up, so I got away with that one a little bit.
You got away with that.
Sometimes you say things and you regret saying it.
Yeah.
So everybody watching this, hit the thumbs up.
But
give it those a thumbs up. What do we want? 1,000?
Yeah, at least.
Let's try and make it a little bit unrealistic. 1,000, yeah.
But no, it's all good fun, you know. Like some places we'll go and we'll get 100 views, you know, and it is what it is. One time we went out, we done a Christmas special, we had 20,000 people. You couldn't keep up with the chat. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was great.
It was amazing,
unreal. You know, I just kept thinking like back to like a football stadium, like packed out. They're all there watching us, and it was absolutely unreal.
You couldn't believe because the chat after the corner it said like 250, and that was the max that it could allow at once.
Yeah, 250 people,
and it was like that for the whole 3 or 4 hours, and we just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, when we ended the live, it said there was 20,000 views on it in them 3 hours.
Well done. Well done. That's amazing. That is really good. Well done.
But it fluctuates. It goes up and it goes down, you know. And, but
last night we had what, 2,000?
Yeah, 2,000 last night. So it was pretty good. We were just in a cemetery, so we were 2,000. It was pretty good. But I think what we've said when we hit 1,600 subscribers, we're going to do like a free giveaway and hand out some key rings and stuff like that. We'll do like a little free giveaway sort of stuff. We've done it when we hit the 1,000 mark. Yeah. That went down really well. I said it went down really well. Everyone who decided to win this thing that we was doing, they was all living in America and Canada, so we had to ship everything halfway around. It cost a fortune.
Didn't figure that one, did you?
Yeah, we didn't really think it through.
UK only, shipped to UK only.
Yeah, but you know, like I said before, the community is great. Like you get yourselves, everyone that we've met through this, it's just been very supportive.
Friends for life.
Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant. We love doing it. So,
like one of the first people that we bumped into as a fellow paranormal investigator was over in North Carolina, and we've become that close friends. They're actually coming here next year for 9 days of investigating and stuff like that with us. So that's going to be pretty mad to look forward to next year,
and also to see how they work when they're out on location as well. So it's absolutely brilliant. We actually love what we're doing, and we love all the support and everything.
It's just a blast. It's a wild.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know, from all the comments, even the bad comments that we get, because you always get someone that doesn't believe. You know what you caught is real.
We've had some pretty bad comments, but it is what it is.
We still love it all, and we love every single minute.
Wouldn't change it for the world, eh?
No, absolutely not, mate.
There's always going to be negative people there, or you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You just got to enjoy what you enjoy doing, and just carry on doing what you enjoy.
Yeah, you know, we'll get a negative comment, and we'll just go, okay, well, you know, we respect that, and that's it, you know, and we just move on. So
that's exactly it, isn't it? Just get on with it.
We don't take anything to heart. So
no.
But it's nice as well that when we're live, we've got a good group of like moderators and stuff that will get rid of the riff-raff, shall we say, that come in and start, you know, spamming and this, that, and the other. And
we get people like, "Oh, this is fake." And it's like, well, why are you watching us? If it's fake, just leave. You know,
anyway,
but it's absolutely great. We love what we do.
Yeah. So there you go. You can see the Spirit Brothers on YouTube, Spirit Brothers UK on YouTube. So get on there, subscribe. So we need 1,000. So Daz has to do that on his own.
Please,
Cold.
guys, please. I'm going to set loads
Hit the
of us
thumbs up. Let's have a live. Daz up on his own.
Yeah, please,
So,
guys.
I'll do it as
remains
well.
for me to-
I would do it.
Yeah. Only remains for me to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. It was an hour and 35. Oh, wait.
1 minute.
Wait.
I've got a few words to say because I've hardly said anything all night. Wednesday at 8:30 on Alien H UK. You can see me, and I might even say something.
No way. You're actually going to say something.
Well, maybe. Otherwise, it's going to be like 2 minutes. I'll try.
Cool.
But
So
yeah, no,
that's
it's been a blast. And like, you know, if we're ever welcome on again in the future, then
Yeah,
all the time. Anytime you want,
know,
mate. Anytime.
and
Always.
we'll meet up, and obviously we'll keep coming to your, you know, your events, whatever you want to call them in the future and
Absolutely.
stuff. We should link up away from all that sort of stuff and do a little quiet one just amongst us and see what we can
Definitely.
capture. You never know, do you? So
No.
Yeah.
No.
And maybe sort of like get some, you know, some freebie ones in there as well, because you know, I don't think we do enough of them, to be fair. It's life tends to sort of like swallow up everything, and you know, I think if you put some dates in the diary, and then everyone hasn't got an excuse, then have they?
Yeah, no, that's right. And there's some amazing locations that we would like to take you, like some that we haven't even spoke about on here tonight, and
and there's some that you've done that we haven't done, and which would be brilliant, you know. And I'm sure there's stuff that places we've done that you haven't done. So be great.
Definitely, looking forward to what the next chapter brings. I guess it's
2026 before we know it.
It will be. Jesus,
So,
I know, it just flies.
So tune in on Wednesday night and we'll see what Angela's got to say. So thumbs up, Angela. Well done, you. Hope you got all the answers written down. So brilliant. I shall be on there. Giving the thumbs up. Get onto the Paranation website if you want tickets to ghost hunting events that are coming up. There's what we got, Fort Pembroke.
Pembroke, a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we want to do that one, but
you've got a baby shower, innit?
There's a family event going on, and so we're a bit sad that we can't make that one, Julia. But we know there's events in the future, so I look forward to those.
There's some coming up, so
good
to see you again.
10,000 likes, I can come on my own, and you can lock me in overnight.
Right, you hear
that?
You heard that live on the Monday night.
So just put those thumbs up, and we're getting.
There you go. Get them thumbs up on the YouTube channel, everyone watching. So, Angela, anything else?
No.
So please tune in on Wednesday and see Angela on the screen with Alien 8. This should be interesting. Very interesting guy. So it remains for me to say thank you guys for coming on tonight. It's been a real privilege to have you on and listen to your stories.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Everybody's enjoyed it. So hopefully you'll get your 1,000 thumbs up and it'll be a live with Dad sleeping all night with the spirits. Can't wait for that one.
I hope this happens.
So thumbs up. So that'll be good. So it remains me to say thank you ever so much for tuning in and your questions, and we'll see you next Monday. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye, everyone.
Bye.